Hi, welcome to Desert Bounty. I'm Perry. So today's video clip is going to be about homesteading. This is a term that's being loosely tossed around on the internet, on YouTube, and you hear the phrase coined homestead in a variety of ways. So I want to share something with you. This information I'm getting is from definitions from Oxford Languages. It's a Google search, and what I have here pulled up is this that I'm reading from, and I'll just read it to you because most people don't know. So what is a homestead? All right, so here's the definition. A house, especially a farmhouse, and outbuildings. So the homestead was surrounded by an extensive orchard. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought too. So if we go over to Australian and New Zealand English terms for homestead, here's what it means in those cultures. A person's or family's residence which comprises the land, house, and outbuildings in most states is exempt from local sale or collection of debt. Okay? A permanent fixture that should not and has been legally bound to not be changed or altered, sold, or under duress of debt. Think about that term. That's Australian and New Zealand English. Okay, South African English. Now this is important, so stick with me, okay? In southern Africa, a hut or cluster of huts occupied by one family or clan, standing alone or as part of a traditional African village. So apart or together, a homestead can be looked at as a hut, many huts, a standalone hut, or a village of huts. And they are joined together in this clan, in this fashion, for a purpose. And this is important because homesteading was never really designed to be an individual, standalone, autonomous, with no contact with anyone thing. Okay, a homestead is an integral part of either a close-knit or extended community, and I want to emphasize community. And lastly, historical North American English definition of homestead. You ready for this? This is as provided by the Federal Homestead Act of 1862. Now listen to this. This is interesting. An area of public land in the West, usually 160 acres. An area of public land in the West, usually 160 acres, granted to any U.S. citizen willing to settle on and farm the land for at least 5 years. So in this act that was passed in 1862, they describe a homestead in this fashion: 160 acre parcel that was granted to, given to, awarded to any citizen that agreed to occupy it and farm it for at least 5 years. 160 acres. So homestead means a lot of things to a lot of people. And you know, when you hear the word homestead, your mind drifts off into these realistic and not so realistic ideas about what a homestead is. So a homestead is a place of self-sufficiency as well as production that benefits the other. Okay? So in a communal setting, a homestead is an integral piece of a loose-knit network of homesteads that are providing something for the greater good of the whole. It's not an individual, alone, unattached, separated from thing. Now you can do that. A person can definitely you know, run off and create a homestead that's completely isolated from everything, and that is a difficult thing to accomplish because, you know, without sacrificing some basic needs and some other things, it could be a miserable existence. Okay, there are a very small percentage of human beings that can psychologically endure the silence of solitude for very long. We are communal organisms. We rely and depend on each other. So, Desert Bounty is a homestead. I'm not isolated. I'm connected to the community here locally. I participate in the economy as little as possible because, funds are tight. And I know you know what I mean by that. But this homestead, although remote and very far away from most people, I'm still connected to and an integral part of the community that surrounds me and the other homesteads and the other people who live out here. It's a cooperative effort. Get to know your neighbor. That's all I'm saying. So homestead, what does it mean to you? Off-grid, what does that mean to you? Well, these are oxymoron terms that everyone says, I know what that means, but nobody really does. There are specific definitions for these terms, off-grid and homestead, and you should investigate that. And then once you understand what the meaning is that's been laid down in the Oxford Dictionary, you can make a determination, then a more logical and critical thought-out determination about what homesteading really is. So my next episode is going to be about gardening, soil management, and building vegetable gardens in the high desert at altitude. And at altitude, what I mean is 1,000 to 7,000 feet in altitude above sea level. And there are some challenges. I'm going to present some information to you in the next video about gardening. This is an integral part of homesteading. If you're running a homestead, it is ideal, I'm going to say necessary, to have a food growing, regenerative, ongoing gardening method to be self-sustainable and to have nutritious food and to be a healthy human being. So stay tuned for that. I'll be bringing those to you here in a little bit. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Help the soul boy out. Hopefully this information is helpful to you and you can find value in it.